Good afternoon.
Hi.
My name is Michael Austin. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Saida Abdurazakova.
Thank you. And what shall I call you?
Saida, just
Saida.
Saida.
And where are you from, Saida?
From Uzbekistan.
Can I see your identification,
Yes,
please?
sure.
Thank you. Thank you, that's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. What do you like most about your hometown or city?
Well, I live in Tashkent. It's the capital of Uzbekistan. I love my city because it's very beautiful, with beautiful parks, gardens, and beautiful underground stations, because our underground stations are very popular with its architectural design. So
is your home city a popular place for tourists to visit?
I don't think so. Just we try to develop our touristic industry and we have some tourists, not like in America or in England, but we try to encourage it.
Has your home city changed much in recent years?
Yeah, just over last 2 decades, our city changed very much, and we have a lot of new modern buildings and restaurants, hotels. So over the last years, it's really changed.
Thank you. Now let's talk about writing. What different types of writing do you do? For example, letters, emails, reports, or essays?
I prefer to email. I prefer to connect by email with my friends, with my family, and sometimes I prefer to write letters by myself because it's very actual. I think it's from if you send a letter by yourself, and it means that you are very appreciate this person.
Do you prefer writing with a pen or using a computer?
Sometimes it depends on the situation. For example, for my studies, I prefer computer, to type in computer. But for my essays, I prefer to write by pen.
Why?
Because I feel more comfortable when I try to explain my some things which I want to say. It's more comfortable and easy to write it yourself.
Do you write more now or less than you did a few years ago?
I think less, because technology nowadays are really go fast. So.
And do you like to write stories or poems?
Not actually. Just I like to write my opinions, my view, for example, about the world, about animals, about persons.
Thank you. Let's talk about music. How often do you listen to music?
Usually every day I listen to music because it gives me energy, and it gives me some feeling, and it's very important for me to listen.
Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here's some paper and a pen for making notes. And here's your topic. Please don't write anything on the booklet. I'd like you to describe a time when you helped someone. All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes. I remember that I helped my grandmother, and my mother asked me to go to her home and help for 2 or 3 weeks. So I went there, and actually my grandmother was ill, so I had to do some cookings for her and some housekeeping works. In the evening I read books for her. Then after 2 weeks she became healthy, and she forgot about that days when she was ill. So now I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I did it, and my mother also very great that I helped my grandmother.
Can you tell me any more about that?
Yeah, and she always says me that I am best girl in the world, and she says that she proud of me, and she always remember me all her life. And
thank you. So, do you like helping other people?
Yes, I like actually, because if I can help someone, I feel very good that I feel I can help someone, and I feel then that I am a cooperative person.
Thank you. Can I take the booklet and the pen
Yeah.
and paper, pencil back, please? Thank you. Thank you. We've been talking about a time when you helped someone, and I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. So let's consider, first of all, helping neighbours. Can you tell me some of the practical things that people can do to help their neighbours?
Yes, I think people always should help their neighbors because they live together in one place. So, for instance, they can help to carry their things to their homes if they saw them in the streets, or maybe to look after their children.
So why is it important then for neighbours to help each other?
I think it's very important because they are like relatives. They live in one place, and they should be cooperative. They should be tolerant to each other.
Okay, you live in a big city in Tashkent.
Yeah.
Do you think that people in small towns help each other more than people in cities?
I think so, yes.
Why is that?
Because in a small town there are not as much people as in the big cities. Because they need help, and they are more closer to each other,
Right.
because they are few. Comparing with the big cities, people who live in cities, they are very busy. They just think about yourselves.
Right.
Let's go on and think about jobs that involve helping people. Can you tell me some of the jobs that focus on helping other people?
Well,
What kind of jobs are caring jobs?
yes, I think first of all, it's, in the hospital, nurses,
right.
doctors, they help people to become healthy again.
What sort of qualities does a person need to work in that sort of job?
You mean to become a doctor, or to?
Not qualifications, but what kind of person makes a good nurse or a good doctor?
I think he or she should be very kind, tolerant, and cooperative.
Why tolerant?
Tolerant because people need some help, and all people need the same conversation.
Okay, and so people like nurses in that sort of job, do you think that their salaries are too low?
Maybe if the nurses, I think not only nurses, also teachers get less salaries than other types of.
They should be paid more.
Yeah, I think so, because they do very great thing. They help people to become healthy and to get their confidence again, and it's a very great job, I think.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Sadia. That is the end of the speaking test.